bitches be like, ooh, I'm a monster fucker, and then they show you a picture of some guy who basically may be named Greg who could drive a Ford Focus. Like, because they could. Like, they'll be like, ooh, I'm a monster fucker, and they'll show like some vaguely hot Nosferatu-looking guy who maybe has slightly big hands. And I'm like, okay, so you want to get fingered. Like, good job. Want to hear me out. Fantastic. I'm happy for you. That's not monster fucking. It's not. Okay? It's not. That's not, you're not wildin', you're not crazy, okay? That's just a person. You are designed to be attracted, okay? What's a hear me out that's too far? I don't care. If it's fictional, I don't really care, okay? If you want to have a Lapras wife, who cares? What, like, God of War is apparently free game. Why is Lapras not free game? Who cares? And God of War, also, basically a person. I have seen the art of God of War. That's basic. She could pay taxes, okay? I've seen her. She could reach into a purse and pull out a wallet. Like, I could see God of War going about her day. Where do you stand on centaurs? Personally, I'm not into them because I don't like horses. Randon! Hello, Randon. Hi. Hello, Randon Raiders. How do you... Hi. I was just going off about my very intense brand of monster fucking, where apparently I come off a bit gatekeepy because in my opinion, if it's bipedal, that's just a person and you are designed to be attracted to that. Okay? Amelie's hear me out opinion is among the most out-of-pocket one for me. Give me a milk. What is it? What is it? What is it? Tell me the opinion. Bipedal, like a duck. So if it's bipedal and humanoid shaped, that's basically a person. Okay? So T-Rex is just a dude-ass dude. I could see it happening. I feel like I could see that. But you know what? I will concede. Once the top half is that level of, like, different. Okay, I'd give you a little bit. Does that mean kangaroo's a human? I'm gonna be honest, you'd rather get into a fight with a human than a kangaroo. So maybe you've got something there. Featherless biped. This is a man. I'm gonna be like that guy where I lift up a chicken and I say, behold, a man. Behold, monster f***ers, a man. I take it you're not playing Uma Musume. No, I'm not playing Uma Musume because I have a gambling addiction. And I'm not kidding about that. I can't play gacha because if I play gacha, it will go badly. But yeah, I hope both Jets streamers and Jets Raiders and Randon Raiders had a lovely stream. Did I shout out Randon? I need to message Randon because we're meant to catch up, but I was like, yeah, we'll catch up this week. And then I proceeded to get incredibly busy and was like, I'm sure he's busy. I'll bother him another time. Wham, 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 wham. I'm a f***ing baby. It's whenever somebody's like, hey, feel free to like message, we'll do something. I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. And then a day will pass and I'm like, oh, I'm sure they're busy. I convince myself that I'd only be a bother. So fun fact, Randon is my VTuber Oshi. Fun fact, Randon was the one who made me happy to get older, basically. Before Randon, I was kind of like, wow, I'm scared of becoming 30. And then I'm like, holy shit, Randon is such a cool dude. His life didn't end in his 30s. I could also be a cool person in my 30s. Wow. I'm not only 30, I'm 32. I'm gonna be 33 in October. That's still young. Yes, people still tell me it's young, but then again, we also have people who tell me that it's old. So I'm kind of in that middle bit. I'm in that middle bit. You aren't allowed to bring hope into your post-30s. What? I have so much hope for the future now. Genuinely? Okay, this is going to sound nuts, but these have been the best years of my life so far in my 30s. And I got I say divorced. We were long-term relationship, okay? We were engaged. I just say divorced because it sounds punchier. But I ended my 16-year relationship in January. Got divorced in January is what we've been calling it. Are you guys gonna feel weird if I say this has been like the best year of my life? I feel so happy where I am right now. I feel so incredibly like comfortable where I am now. I love where I live now. I feel like I'm actually on track for a life that I want to live. I live where I am, like I live where I want to live. I live in an area that I love. I'm actually able to hang out with people that I like and stuff. And I have friends. I can see my family again because he didn't really like going to go see family. So I can go see family now. Yeah. I'm elevated to a new era. I like that. That's very nice. I feel really genuinely happy where I am right now. It sounds like you were isolated. I was a little bit. A lot of it was, I believe, somewhat self-isolation, and I'm getting out of it. I was a hermit from about 2019 until early this year, and now I'm going out more, I'm talking to people, I'm organizing things. It's genuinely, I'm getting too positive, that's right. I'm getting too positive and too excitable. I need to do the same. Once you get, like, okay, so as somebody who didn't go out a lot for like 5 years straight. And I mean that like genuinely, I think I went out maybe for some of these, this is really bad. Like we're talking like entire years of going out maybe, and I mean leaving the house, okay? Leaving the house and going to a new location, leaving my driveway. I think there was maybe a year where I left my house maybe 12 times to go to like a grocery store or something. 12 times in a year. And looking back, like once a month, maybe once a month, if that, even including work. So Matthew, I am a full-time VTuber. Oh God, I have to like explain to the Raiders how this happened. All right, I'll do it. When I graduated high school, I did not get the points that I needed for university. I was in a relationship. We had started dating when I was 16. And when I graduated, we were both 18. And his family was very unsupportive of him going to university and becoming a teacher. And I had wanted to become a teacher, but I didn't get the points. So I was like, hey, I'm going to get a retail job and I will pay for you. I will pay whatever you need, like textbooks, university costs, bus, whatever. And you will go and we'll work towards the future. And so I got a retail job. I ended up getting 3. I got 3. He moved in with me and my dad. His family was very unsupportive. His mom hated me. Rest in peace. She died last year on my birthday. She still hated me even when she died. And she never got to see us break up. Take that. She's dead now. That a lot of stories end that way when you get older. When you get older, a lot of stories end with she's dead now. Anyway, I'm allowed to say that she punched me at a wedding. She punched me at a wedding and told me I was going to burn in hell for stealing her son. She was mildly incestuous. She had the whole, like, a boy's first love is his mother. And I got to tell you, if you've got a mother-in-law like that, you're going to have some trouble. You're going to have trouble if you have a mother-in-law like that. Anyway, we went through him going through university and me working. And he graduated. He graduated university. And a couple of years passed without being able to find a job. I think maybe three or 4 years passed looking for work and not finding anything. So eventually he bit the bullet and was like, all right, I'm going to have to move out to rural Australia. That's the only place where there's work. And I was like, cool. And he was like, all right, I want you with me. You like got to come with me. And I was nervous because I didn't want to leave my family on the coast, but I also knew that it was like the only way to like, you know, have like a life together. So I was like, okay. So we originally moved out to Wagga. That's right. I'm Australian. We have places called Wagga Wagga. When we got out there, we weren't earning a lot, but we were earning enough because we didn't have a crazy lifestyle. We were renting a box for like $200 a week. And he was like, okay, you supported me for 7 years. I got my job in 2012, but I was giving him my Centrelink payments before then. So I suppose 9 years. He was like, you supported me for almost 10 years. Now's my turn to support you. What do you want to do? And I went, can I make ASMR? because I had developed an interest in drama CDs, and then I had fallen kind of in love with ASMR roleplay, and I had made some friends. Yes, good man, okay? I will concede that, and I say he's a damn good teacher as well. Even if we've parted ways, I agree that. Oh, you graduated 2012? No, I graduated 2010. I just didn't land a job until 2012. It took me 2 years of looking to find one. Nobody was hiring. Once you get a job, there's going to be a but. I'm not going to get into the but, to be totally honest. Ha 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 ha. Just know that ultimately, we'll get to the main thing, which I tell you guys. Anyway, so I get into ASMR and I have a lot of fun and I do mildly well. Well enough that, I actually managed to get to like 10K subscribers, 20K subscribers on YouTube, 30K, 40K. I got all the way up to, I think, 60 before I burned out. But by the time that happened, I got into streaming, and then I began streaming and I started VTubing. And I was saying this at the start of the stream, I earn more streaming than I did through my 3 retail jobs. I am in a better position financially than I've ever been in my life, which is really indicative of how poorly paying retail and service jobs are. You need to be paid more. You'll need to be paid more. You deserve more. You deserve more, way more. Anyway, retail is hell. Absolutely. So I've been streaming since 2020. So I did ASMR 2019 and I've been streaming for about 5 years in October this year. But the thing is, because I wasn't going out to work and because everything was online, I had no reason to leave my house. So I went full hermit. I would wake up, I would stream, I would eat, I would go to bed, I would wake up, I would maybe do something online, stream, work on something, eat, go to bed, wake up, and that was my life. And the only interaction I had, I'm not hearing showering, that fell by the wayside. I stopped taking care of myself. I've talked about this. I told you guys. I would tweet about it. I was like, damn, I've taken 28 showers this year or something. I can't even remember what it was. And people were like, Vivi, are you f***ing kidding? And I was like, no. I kept track of it in a notebook. Let's be honest, guys. I had f***ing depression. I was not okay. And I can recognize that now. I can see that. And it's because I could not go anywhere. And the thing is, it's really nice to take care of myself again. It's been really nice. I've been showering regularly. Sorry to women stink enjoyers, but I shower now. I buy, appliances to make things easier, like hair drying and hair straighteners and things like that. I do makeup again. I stopped doing makeup, back when I was, 25 or whatever. I do makeup now again. I'm back to getting back in shape. I'm happy about that, which is really nice. Because I also, so here's the thing. I don't share a lot about physicality. I never became obese. I did put on weight. I did become chubby, which was enough to affect me. Was enough to make me feel sad about myself. I also completely lost stamina. I completely lost stamina about being able to walk long distances and stuff like that, which is something I've had to gain back. And it's a lot. So basically the TLDR is I had a major breakup and have turned my life around since then. And I've stopped isolating myself and I'm doing a lot better. Thanks for the deep lore. I'm glad that I could give that to you. Vivi been through a bit. I'm going to say I'm really excited about the future. I feel better about myself and where I'm going. Of course, I'm also a little bit daunted because cards on the table, I'm alone, single, not alone, I suppose, because I have roommates, I have friends, I have gal pals, but I am romantically alone for the first time in my life since I was 16. I was a child. I've spent the entirety of my life with somebody. So I'm now figuring out who I am not being somebody's partner. And I'm really, really, I'm interested. Self-discovery. I'm definitely not ready to Pringle. Definitely not interested in the Pringle. I'm good. Maybe you and Nemo's mom. God, no. No more crazy moms, please. But yeah, I'm really excited. That was one of the things that I was drunkenly gushing to Jets on the weekend, that I'm really looking forward to discovering myself and figuring out who the I am. Because I definitely stagnated. Like, the thing is, I was doing great, I think, with things that I was enjoying, like streaming and whatnot, but I was definitely avoiding looking at myself for too long, you know? But yeah. Anyway, the main breakup was just realized we weren't happy. And it made sense. It made sense to not anymore. I'm very open. I'm very open as a streamer. That's not to say there won't be some things that, like, I can be a bit, like, I'd rather not talk about, but I like being able to wear my heart on my sleeve on stream. It never occurred to me not to. So I've just kind of kept it that way. Everyone in the card shop knows the deep Vivi lore. Everybody knows. I don't think we need to know everything. No, you do. You kind of do. You know basically everything. All the important stuff, I think.